All right, hello. I wanted to go over an issue. It's a 508 PDF remediation issue. This is something that I've encountered frequently when working with PDFs, and I just wanted to point this out so that you can be on the lookout for this kind of stuff. Um, and again, not calling anybody out, but this is going to be something that you're going to run into many times. Especially, I find this especially when dealing with changing the order of content or going into the content panel. This document, the what was it TSWG underscore VA underscore flyer 2014, the 44th Tri-State Wheelchair and Ambulatory Games document. It has an issue. First, I'll point out, if you take a look at it, here, let me make this a little bigger. I mean, it is marked up beautifully. All these tags are in here, just perfect. There's one minor issue, though, that you might notice when I get this back to a side-by-side here. Close that. One of the problems that you run into from time to time is that these things, when you move content around in the back end of a PDF, you end up with an issue here. Notice on this side on the left here, it shows the H1 tag, which is 44th, the header right there, H1 header, 44th Tri-State Wheelchair and Ambulatory Games. But over here, that has become hidden. It's there, and if you go back into the tags, it's in there. If I pull it out there, it's definitely there. But the problem is it's hidden. Now that, I mean, sometimes you can fix it by moving things around. I'm not sure if it'll work. I'd have to play with it. I'm not the one that changed it, so I don't know when it got screwed up. But there you go. Hey, I fixed it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because that was the only hit that I found. But there you see, it's just something to keep an eye out for. Sometimes things happen when you move content around. So when you're moving it around, make sure to watch, your page to see if anything, any unintended consequences have occurred. I'm gonna go ahead and save this one because that was literally the only thing wrong. This was a very well. I mean, if you just look at it, man, so many tags. This is well done. And it was just that one issue. Like I said, that happens often when you are working with like inside of this order panel, content order, or if you're inside of the content panel itself, if you're like going in here and you're moving stuff around, that can screw it up too. In fact, I recommend, and I've recommended, to you guys, many of you guys before, that if you're screwing around back here in the content panel, every time you make a change that ends up working out good, save it. And every time you make a change that screws up, just close the file and start over again. Because there are issues. I mean, you can make changes, and I think pretty much any change that you do to these documents, you should keep that in mind. You can make changes that will completely screw it up, and you can't undo them. So every time you do a good, make a good change, save it so you have a known good. That way, if you screw it up, you could just close it, don't save it, and reopen it, and you're back to where you left off. That will save you a lot of headache in the future. All right, that's all I got. I'm glad that was an easy fix. Thanks, everybody who's submitting all these documents. You guys have been doing great work. Yeah, see you in Slack.